Okay, so hey guys, and welcome back to another Actor 72 video. Pleasure to be joined by Tiernan and Bradley today. Tiernan, weigh-in day, how are we feeling, man?
Yeah, feeling great. You know, as the closer you get that way in, it's almost like you know, when you're getting closer to the toilet, you're like, oh, need to go, need to step on them scales. So yeah, I'm at that point now. I'm just itching to get on them scales, get in, get refueled again, get up to my true size, and go from there. Yeah.
And have you ever really suffered at all with weight cuts in the past, or struggled, I suppose?
No, never. I mean, I've not I've never made championship weight. I've always came in a little bit over, so it's always been an easy thing. And to be fair, if you take a look at my career, I've always fought in uncomfortable situations. Like I made a pro debut in Poland, boxed in Belgium twice, boxed in Spain twice. So if you can't do that while traveling, you can't. Like if you're cutting your weight traveling, you can do it easily when you're more or less at home.
And when you are at the point you are in your career, you're still wanting to be active, and I suppose it's important to make sure you're not really kind of blowing up or anything out in between fights.
No, exactly. I mean, that's what the plan is. But I think the main reason, if you don't want to blow up, you keep fighting. You fight after fight after fight, injury free, God willing. Everything will be sweet. But that's the key in keeping your weight down, is going from fight to fight to fight to fight. I mean, if you have a long layoff from injury, you have every right to. Obviously, you have an injury with your legs, you can't train. You have to keep an eye on diet, but you will eventually blow up because you're not training. But I think with myself, I am a naturally bigger guy now at super lightweight. You know, I sit pretty heavy myself. My cuts are pretty easy though. I can get the weight down pretty easy. And to be honest, it works well in the ring. You know what I mean? Sitting pretty heavy. You know what I mean? I'm still sharp. But then when it brings the power in as well. So that's what I think the key thing is just feeling good in yourself on fight day.
Indeed. And would you think that progressing on in your career, this is the weight that you're wanting to stick around at?
Yeah, super lightweight. I mean, as I said there, I'm a big dude, super lightweight. You know what I mean? In my amateur career, I boxed at 60 kilo. I moved up to 69. Then it was a bigger jump. It's just because I was growing into myself, you know. And then I said, you know, I'm just going to go super lightweight in the pros. But who knows? Like, I'm not denying that a welterweight could be a move to welterweight after I win a few titles at super lightweight. Move up to light middle, maybe even middle. I'm sparring super middles all the time. I'm sparring light heavies. You know what I mean? I can mix it with anybody really, 3 or 4 weights above. You know. So yeah, I'm not ruling out any move to anywhere else.
I suppose, is it a privilege to have already found the weight class you're at? So a lot of fighters early on in their career, they struggle with that.
I think it's more the knowledge and the confidence that you have in yourself to make the weight. And once you have that knowledge pinned down, I know a lot of people use nutritionists to make it easier and stuff. I trust myself. To be honest, if it gets tighter in the future, I mean, who knows? I might need a bit of a professional help, but I've got all the knowledge myself at the moment. I'm one of them fighters where, you know, I'm constantly clued in to the nutrition. I've been doing it ever since I was 7 years of age, you know, so I know what's right for my own body. I don't need anybody else telling me what to do at the moment.
Of course, and it's nice to see that you've kind of got that, I suppose, level of IQ. Some fighters don't always seem to have that, but would you say that you are that of a student of the game?
I think you need to be, absolutely. I mean, and to be honest, you know, you think of students, yeah, they get to their masters and then all right, they move on to their job. But in this game, it's like it's a constant testing of yourself and revision, and you know, to try and update your body, update your fitness and your IQ, just to be that 1% better in the ring, 1% better in training, and just be that 1% everyday better person. You know what I mean? If you're updating your knowledge up here, it's going to show in the ring.
Indeed, and of course, fight night tomorrow night. I suppose, what is there maybe different that you're wanting to show tomorrow?
No different from any other fight. I mean, to be honest, like I treat every fight as the exact same. Whether it be a journeyman, whether it be a threat like this kid is, you know what I mean? I treat everything, you know. As I said there, you know, people always talk about the fear factor and stuff like that, but it's just the knowledge of knowing that acknowledgement of this kid can come and give problems. And for me, I'm going to solve them problems pretty quickly. You know.
And you seem very level-headed in the way you speak, and it's great to see. And I suppose, in the past, have you ever really suffered with nerves or anything like that?
With what, sorry? No. Obviously, like, we've been a boxer from 11 years of age, started boxing at 7. It's second nature to us now. You know, absolutely. Like, nerves are a great thing, though. You know, I don't really consider it to be nerves or anything. I see it as adrenaline. Adrenaline is your fight or flight, and that's what kicks in the sharpness. You know, the sharpness between the eyes, sharpness between the ears. So that's probably the most important thing, that you harness those nerves, the adrenaline rushes, and use them for your own good.
And starting at such a young age, I'm sure that's only benefited you kind of tenfold to where you are now. Would you say that that is the case?
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, but look, there's kids out there that started boxing. You know, Anthony Joshua didn't start boxing; he was 16, 17. Deontay Wilder turned pro. I think he went to the Olympics in 15 fights. You know what I mean? He didn't start at 20 because of other things. You know, but absolutely. I mean, for me and my experience, it's done me good. What is he just dealing with? Media, dealing with the spotlight and how I'm going to handle it. So yeah, that it's definitely done me the world of good.
And for a GBM show, it's your first time on one. What have you made of the whole process so far?
Absolute fantastic production. I mean, I'm absolutely blown away. Beautiful to be here, Bramall Lane, and here in Sheffield. Can't wait for tomorrow night in Rotherham.
Of course, and did want to touch upon the Forged Irish Stout kind of back in.
I'll be going out for a few pints afterwards. I mean, I just walked in there and I looked up onto the Sheffield United there and it says Forged in Steel. So absolutely, I mean, I think that's a sign. You know, I've got the backing of the creamiest stout, and I come in here and I see that, and it just gives me goosebumps. So it's fantastic to have the backing of Connor and the team of Forged Stout. I'm looking forward to getting the win, putting on a knockout performance, go and celebrate with a Forged Stout.
Of course, and one final question for the fans coming out for you tomorrow. What would you like to say to them?
Be ready, because it's going to be a great performance.
Good to hear. Thank you very much, Tiernan, mate.